Hey, I hope you can hear me. I was having some technical difficulties with trying to use my computer for live. So, whatever there, I can, there we go. I will just most definitely use my phone. Thank goodness for additional technology. I am grateful for that. Anywho, I am Charmaine Johnson Fuller. I am a life strategist, which means I help you to create a life map and not just time management or anything like that, but to truly teach you how to integrate your full life, family, business, finances, all that other stuff, and get everybody to play well together. So this week I am talking about overwhelming schedules and how you can tame those overwhelming schedules to get it to work for you. Hey to whoever popped in. And I know a lot about overwhelming schedules. I used to despise with a passion creating a schedule. Here's why I used to hate creating a schedule. One, I would end up with more ish to do than what I started with. Like I would start a schedule with already a lot of stuff, but as the day would progress, more things would be added. Or I would start a schedule with 5 things, but then life got in the middle, kids, husband, schools, all that other stuff. And so then the things that I really wanted to do would get pushed, and I would be up to like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. And so for the longest time, I thought that for somebody like me, I just pretty much had to go with the flow. There was nothing that I could do to change how my day went. And that's where I was stuck at for a long time, feeling really frustrated, pissed off, resentful, anything else that you want to add in regards to scheduling. That is where she was. She did not like scheduling. It was not her friend. And she meaning me talking about myself in third person. So that's where I was. And what I had to realize, because I was getting burned out because I was packing on everybody else's things. And the reason why I was packing on everybody else's ish was, one, I'm one of those people that hate to see people out and tell them no. So learning how to say no has been one of my hugest allies, giving a fast no instead of a fast yes, because I've learned I can always go back and go, you know what, I do have space for this. And also in setting that boundary, it has caused me to ask questions when people ask you to do stuff. Like, okay, how long is this going to take? How often do you need me to do this? You're not expecting me to do this all the time. And it's helped me to weed out some of the stuff that comes at me in the middle of the day. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I learned to stop becoming distracted by things that weren't bothering me, by things that weren't serving me, And that was really able to be solidified once I knew and I got clear on where I was going and why I wanted to get there and all that good stuff. So for the longest time, my life lacked a lot of clarity and focus to take focused action, which means that I spent a lot of time in spaces that didn't serve me and left me feeling drained and just done with the world. So if you can resonate with this, I got you. Just give me a couple seconds. I'll get us in there because I know it's 7 and a lot of us have things to do. So consistently creating an overwhelming schedule is like this paradigm, right? Your mindset determines how you think and feel about certain things. And a lot of us are used to I call it the feast and famine of scheduling. It's that you'll schedule an expansive day and then intuitively you feel like, oh, I don't have enough stuff on here. And you start adding more stuff on until it begins to snowball. So I want you to take a look. This week I'm going to have you guys really taking a look about the things that you do in your day without even thinking. So the habitual things that you do in your day without even thinking. And when you do this audit, which you'll probably find is some of the things, there's a better way to do it. Some of the things you don't even need to be there anymore. Some of the things you can pawn off to somebody else in your family, especially if you have older kids. I learned that there are some things that my older kids could be doing that I was being a tiger mom about and I was doing for them. And then there were some things that I discovered that, like I said this morning, there were some things that they didn't even need to have on their plates because I needed to give them more of a foundation. So when you begin to audit your day and looking at the things that you do in a habitual manner, it's going to allow you to make some small, subtle shifts to create more space and breath in your day. So the 5 things that you can do to help you eliminate that schedule burnout. Number 1 is getting clear. Getting clear about how you want to feel about in your everyday life. How do you want your day to feel? And I know a lot of times when people talk feelings, they talk about these big, fluffy, ethereal feelings. I'm not talking fluffy and ethereal. I am talking feelings that are hardcore. So you want to feel expansive. And what are the things that are going to help you feel expansive? And I'm not talking about Netflix and chilling. I'm talking about what activities can you do in your life that will help you to feel expansive. Will it be, I can't see any comments because I'm so smart I can't figure out my phone. No, I really can't. So if somebody's leaving comments, I'll get to them after the video because that's why I wanted to do the computer. I don't know how to use my phone. So the first thing you want to do is get clear about how you want to feel in your everyday life. And again, these are not puffy, meaning, oh, I want to feel expansive, but for me feeling expansive would mean me sitting and Netflixing and chilling all day and not having anything to do. For a little bit, that would work. For a little while, you would be like, oh yeah, this feels so good. But it's really not going to give you that feeling of breath. If your everyday feeling is you just want to feel happy at the end of the day, what being clear about how you want to feel, what that's going to do is it's going to give you, your brain is going to go, well, what things can we do that will bring us joy today? What things can we do that will make us feel happy? And you'll start to seek those things out. You'll also start saying no to the ish that doesn't cut it. So even if it's PTO, I hate volunteering for PTO. Okay, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to be the mom that's going to, write a check and give it over. But knowing the things that do make you feel that way and knowing the things that don't make you feel that way and not allowing them to infiltrate your day. Now, here's the caveat about what I mean by high quality feelings. There are things that I absolutely cannot wait until I get a housekeeper to get back up here and do it, like cleaning my bathrooms. I really don't like cleaning my bathrooms and I really don't like cooking. However, it's expansive for me to cook because of the money that I'm saving. So see how that ties in? I really don't like to cook, but I do like keeping my coin in my pocket and not giving it to Boston Market or Kroger or something like that for a quick meal. So I suck it up. I find easy, really quick meals for me to make and I let it go. Now that feels expansive. Although the very act of cooking does not feel expansive, the afterflow of me not spending money eating out feels expansive. Cleaning my bathroom does not feel expansive. However, I have boys. Not walking on pee-stained floors is very expansive. So this is what I mean by high quality feelings. It's not always about doing the things that you want to do. There are some things in life as a mom, as a woman, that need to be done, especially when you have kids. And so you want to find a way to connect that feeling to that thing in some way, even if it's something that you don't like doing. But really getting clear on how you want to feel. So at least if you're doing something you don't like, you can scan that activity to see, is there something in this activity by the virtue of me doing it, that is going to help me to get to that feeling. The second thing I want you to get clear about, and this is a big one, is what do you want? And I honestly, when I did this part of the exercise, I had to think about all the stuff that I didn't want because I honestly didn't know what I wanted because life was just so full and it was going so fast. And all I could think about is I don't want to feel overwhelmed. I don't want to do this. And so that's literally where I started. I literally started with what I didn't want. And I started writing the opposites of those things. So at that point, I didn't want to feel like I was parenting by myself. I wanted to feel like my family and my marriage was a team. So how can I get that? How can I create a team environment? Okay. I didn't want to be doing everybody's laundry. That was stressing me out. So what I wanted was for everyone to start learning how to do their own laundry and me not to worry about it. How can I get that going? So when you get clear about what you want, sometimes you got to start from what you don't want and then move forward. The third thing is to get clear about your purpose. Why are you even going after the things that you're going after? Why is it so important to you? What inherent need is that feeling? And purpose and feeling really connect with each other But again, once you know why you want something, it strengthens your will, which is your focus on a particular thing. And it strengthens your will to stay focused on this activity, even when it's not fun, popular, or cute. Number 4 is getting clear on what your distractions are. You have to know what your kryptonite is in order to be able to defeat it. My kryptonite is Facebook and Twitter. I love Twitter. And I can easily spend an hour going back and forth having conversations with people on Twitter. I spend more time, I think, on Twitter than I do on Facebook. And that's because a lot of the shows I watch too, so I'm into telenovelas, a lot of the shows I watch have the hashtags and the fan deals there, and you can sit and talk to other fans. So that is my distraction. I had to create a plan around that distraction to say, this is when I'm going to engage on Twitter. This is when I'm going to engage on Twitter. This is how I'm going to engage. And I really had to create a plan. One of the things on Facebook that's really distracting for me are groups. I love hanging out in groups. So I had to create a plan on how many minutes a day I was going to spend in each group and make that a part of a plan. And outside of that, if I had time and energy outside of the things that I said were important, then I would always go back in and play. But those are my shiny objects. Those, and again, telenovelas are definitely shiny objects for me. Shiny object distractions for me. Now, there's a different type of distraction called a slow down and breathe distraction. And these distractions are your body's way of telling you that you are doing team too much. I had a slow down and breathe distraction about 2 weeks ago. And that's when I felt really sad about my son, because I've been just going in and going hard on stuff, and I hadn't given myself a chance to reset and breathe. I just kept going and going and going. That's what those will look like. You can't really concentrate on anything. Your body is just really telling you to pull back. So being clear about what your slow down and breathe distractions look like, and being clear about what your shiny object distractions look like, what those two look like, and how they show up in your life, is going to be really important for you to create a plan for that. Like for the slow down and breathe distraction, now I've scheduled a full week of, I know I need, especially the week before my cycle, I am a mess. My brain is kind of foggy. I'm moving a little bit slower. Everything, and I'm a little bit more short. Everything is not my normal. So I've dedicated that week to just doing the bare minimum. I work a call center job a couple of days a week. And so pretty much during that week, that's all that there is. And maybe some clients and things that I'll have during that week. That's all that there is, but there's no creation of anything during that week. I'm just kind of coasting on the things that I do habitually. And the last piece is getting clear about a plan. If you don't have a plan, you are going to end up any and everywhere, normally where you don't want to be. And so when you have these pieces together, when you know how you want to feel, when you know what you want to create, when you know what your purpose is, and when you know what your distractions are so you can know how to handle them, then creating your plan becomes a bit easier. It's you taking from the goals that you have and tapping in at least one thing a day that is going to take you closer to that goal. It is optimally suggested that you do 3 to 5 things a day. But if you're not even doing one thing a day, what I know for sure from my personal experience, if I wasn't doing one and now you telling me to do 3, guess what? I am going to quit by the end of week 1, possibly beginning of week 2, because it's just going to be too much for me too fast. So if you have not been actively working toward your goals, I suggest doing one thing a week for now. After 90 days and you see the consistency, then go up. It's okay to take it slow. You don't have to go hard. You can be slow and focused. It's better to be slow and focused than fast and chaotic. It really is. And so taking that time to get clear on your plan and writing down at least one thing that you're going to do each day to move you towards your goal. And then you have your supporting items. So like if the goals you're working on is a family goal, a business goal, and a money goal, choosing one thing each day from one of those goals And then your supporting goals, like I need to make doctor's appointments, I need to order my groceries. Oh yeah, it's time for me to clean the bathroom. Those are supporting things that will help to support those other life areas. And making sure always in your plan you have a space for gratitude, a space for your victories. Every night you should be celebrating how fucking awesome you are. You should be celebrating the things that you've done in a day, even if you didn't hit the mark, because you've done something. Even if it's a self-care day. You know what? When I've taken care of myself today, I really went light. When I did one thing toward my business goal, I cooked dinner for my family. I worked out. Things that we don't think about, like cooking for your family, sometimes we don't think about, but that's a win, especially if you don't like to cook. But showing yourself that grace, love, and mercy as you embark on this, because these things are simple, but it's not easy, especially when you have other things that have been in the way for so long that have kept you stuck. So I hope this was helpful as I ran through these. If you have any questions, ahas, what you talking about? I don't get it. You may have them in the comments, but I can't figure out Facebook Live on my phone, so I haven't been able to read them. I'll check for them in the comment section when I go back, but if you have any comments, let me know. If you are looking to connect with me for a free 15-minute discovery call, it's free, no obligations. I sit with you for 15 really quick minutes. We see where some of your gaps are, and I offer you a few quick suggestions that might help you to clear those up, to see if that's something that I can help you with, or maybe someone else I know might be able to help you. But it's just 15 minutes, and it's no obligation, so you're not forced to do anything with me after. So other than that, hey Cassandra, other than that, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're just popping in, the replay should be up in like a couple minutes or a couple seconds, depending on what technology wants to do. And remember to love yourself, love your family, love your business, in that order. And I will see you ladies live. I want to do another live on Wednesday, but if, worst case scenario, next Monday. Again, any questions on this, let me know. I'll be glad to answer. Thank you so much for joining me and for hanging out with me tonight. Have a fabulous evening, ladies. I am off to fold clothes. Bye.